Hi guys, welcome back to Tara Makes It Up today. I'm really excited because I have the very lovely Hannah Janes with me and we're going to do a video together on her channel as well, which I will obviously link below. I think we're doing her January rescue remedies videos, so beauty rescue remedies for January. And I fancied doing a look today that was a little bit more clean, a bit more pared back, and it's just a really nice peachy nude natural makeup look, so I hope you guys enjoy. So I'm going to use a foundation that both me and Hannah really like, don't we, Hannah? Hannah uses the Serum one though, and I use the normal version. But either of the healthy mix would do for a really nice kind of sheer base that's buildable where you need it. But this is a really nice kind of after Christmas foundation just to give your skin that nice glow back. So you use shade 53, don't you, Hannah? And I'm using a Louise Young brush. And I'm just going to start in the centre. Hannah has amazing skin anyway, so...
She says that.
I'm just going to start mostly in the middle where she needs the coverage and then sheer out to nothing. So if you need to take a bit down your neck, make sure you do that as well.
I really like that brush, it's really soft.
It's really good for like doing makeup in a rush as well, like if you've just got to get the foundation on.
Quite big.
Yeah, you can kind of cover a lot of area, but it still buffs it in really well. So I want to keep it quite simple today, guys, not using loads and loads of products. And Hannah, I was showing Hannah the H&M makeup because you haven't really had a proper look yet, have you?
No, I haven't seen any of it.
So I think for the look today, I want it to be kind of slightly rosy, slightly peachy, and just have that really nice kind of peaches and cream finish that looks really super healthy, kind of goes with everything, and is nice after months of kind of like party makeup and heavy looks. So I'm taking the H&M, this is their, I think it's the Colour Essence Cream Eye Cream, and this is in the shade Countess, which is like a really, this is very kind of like a on-trend colour at the minute, that kind of like pinky dusk kind of colour, but again, can look more peachy on certain people. So I'm starting with the Sigma brush, and if you just close your eyes for me, Hannah, so I'm going to pop that near the lash line. They're such good pigment, these eyeshadows, and I've just got another clean brush which I'm just kind of buffing it out with.
Do they crease?
No, they're amazing. They really are like a high-end product.
So like a paint pot kind of?
Yes, really similar to MAC paint pot actually in texture. And this one I would say is a little bit like Groundwork, but if you imagine Groundwork had a pinky tone in, it's really like that, so it's great for like a neutral. I'm just placing it kind of nearest the lashes to about the socket and then just blending outwards. So I'm taking that same colour under the eye as well, so if you look up for me, Hannah, so I'm just taking a little bit just to balance out under the eye. And it's such a pretty shade actually. It's one of those shades that I think you'd look at in the pot and not think to get, but it is so pretty and really easy to wear. What's your kind of go-to natural makeup, Hannah? What do you kind of...
I've been loving a bit of all that glitters on the lid and just a little bit of eyeliner smudged out in the outer corners. Not quite a full flick, but just a little bit smudgy so it brings the eye out a little bit, and then just sort of my usual terracotta-y cheek. Yeah. And good eyebrows, obviously.
Good eyebrows. Speaking of brows, let's move on to these. I've been telling Hannah all about NYX because you didn't know that the NYX are in Selfridges, did you? So
did not.
This is the micro brow pencil. I've got slippy hands, so it's all falling apart, but to me it's really, really similar to Anastasia Brow Wiz.
Well, it looks similar apart from
the writing. Yeah. It's just such a good colour, and this one is called Ash Brown, the tone, and as we all know, Hannah's got amazing eyebrows, so I'm just going to give a little extra, just a tweak to where there's any gaps in the brow, but I probably won't go too full on with them because it's more of a natural look. I think I've asked you before, but do you wax or thread? I can never remember.
I pluck because I'm lazy and I can't afford the regrowth. She says, needing to pluck her eyebrows.
I remember the conversation now. I've just had brow deja vu. And doing that way for me. So then I'm going to take this palette by Barry M. This is the Natural Shadow and Primer Glow palette. So this is a really nice affordable palette. You get a really good mix of shades in here as well. And I'm going to take the kind of taupey pewter shade and I'm just going to run that along the lash line. So there's a little bit of definition for the lash. And just lifting Hannah's lids up slightly. And mostly kind of on the outer corner just to give a little bit of shape and shadow. So next, taking eyelash curlers, these are by Shuamura. If you look right down for me, Hannah, I'm just going to give the lashes a really good curl, as that's a really kind of key part of the look, really. So I'm going to take Estee Lauder. This is the Sumptuous Infinite Mascara, and this has a really interesting comb. It's a little bit more of a kind of plastic comb one, so it's nice for a day look and really kind of setting those lashes in place where you've given them a really good curl. And I think these mascaras as well, you can still kind of wiggle at the roots to get a nice amount of volume, but it's really good for just combing through. And don't be shy with the mascara. I think definitely go for it. Even if it's a daytime look, it'll just kind of really help the eyeshadow pop. And I'm just taking a little bit of the excess off just so I can do a really light amount on the bottom lashes. If you look up for me, I'm just going to do a little bit of mascara on the bottoms. I always like a little bit on the bottoms still. So if your skin is a little bit more dry after the Christmas period as well, guys, a concealer that I really like is the Chanel one. This is the Correcteur Perfection Concealer, and I'm going to use shade 20 on Hannah. So if you look up for me, Hannah, so keeping it kind of under the eyes and a little bit around the nose, and I'm just going to take a Real Technique setting brush and give that a nice buff in. You could always use like an under eye corrector as well with this if you had kind of dark circles. But I think on Hannah, I'm just going to use a little bit of this Chanel one, and that should be fine. And just blend it in, concentrating it like under the eye. And this is one of those concealers I find I really like actually after long haul flights instead of a foundation. I find I can just kind of moisturise and dot it kind of where I need it. It's really good for that. Yeah, it's a really good concealer. I think it's because it's quite a fluid form, isn't it? But it's still creamy enough that it covers.
Yeah, it's easy to blend.
So I'm going to take this gorgeous shade by Liza, which is a cream blush, and this is in the shade Coral. And just using my foundation brush that kind of blends in with the foundation, I'm going to take that onto the cheek and just give that really nice kind of flush look to the skin, which is going to look super healthy and restored back to good health and good night's sleep. All the things you want after Christmas. And I'm just focusing it kind of on the apple and a little bit higher so that it really warms the skin as well, actually, these kind of colours. So before Hannah gets a touch of powder, as she's very excited about having some powder, we have to give a little bit more glow before I'm satisfied. So I'm going to take the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and this is one of their poured versions. So if anyone remembers the Gemma Kid one, the Gemma Kid highlighter, I can't remember what it's called. Do you remember what it's called?
But I had it. It was really nice.
It was really nice. This is really similar. So if you like that, you'll be a big fan of this. I'm going to use the shade, I think this one is Moonstone, the more goldy tone. And I'm just going to take that with my concealer brush, and I'm just going to apply a little bit to the tops of the cheekbones. If I turn you that way a little bit, Hannah, just to give a little bit more radiance and sheen, and just to kind of tie everything in with the look. And it's such a pretty colour. And this is such a nice product. It's not glittery or shimmery. It really is like a sheen. So it just makes the skin look really expensive.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what we like.
And then in true illuminating style, we'll do a little bit on the top of the Cupid's bow. And I'm going to do a little bit down the bridge of the nose.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Hannah's not sure about that. Stay with me, Hannah.
It's okay, the trust is there, the trust is there.
So to bring it back and make Hannah feel comfortable, I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, which I really like. Have you tried this one, Hannah?
No, we haven't.
It's
I love powder.
It's really nice. She loves powder, can you tell? So Hannah will get her way. She will have a little bit of powder, but I'm going to keep the sheen where I want it. So this is what we call compromise. So I'm going to take a Sigma tapered face brush, and I'm going to put it sort of in this area here, so it keeps the sheen down the middle. But I am going to just powder a little bit there. And I find this is one of those, it's quite a long lasting powder, this one is. And I think, I would say this powder does give you a little bit of extra coverage as well. So that's the only thing to keep in mind if you sort of are using this just to mattify, just knock a little bit of the excess off first. So taking a Real Techniques Bold Metals brush, I'm going to take back to that Becca highlighter. If you look up for me, Hannah, I'm just going to pop that on the inner corners because it gives a really nice kind of radiance to the eyes. That's very brightening. And again, because it's cream, it looks really soft and pretty. So to finish off, I'm going to do a really nice, pretty nudie neutral lip, which is by YSL, and it's their Rouge Pur Couture, and this is shade 6, and this has become one of my favourite nudes recently in my kit. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to use it from the bullet because I think that makes the look a bit more fuss-free, which is nice. And I'm just applying that. If you do a good blot for me, Hannah. And turn the other way for me. And a little bit more. I'm not going to make it too full pigment, just more of a kind of blotted lip. You could use a little bit of lip pencil if you wanted to kind of fill out the lips a little bit more, but that is pretty much the finished look. What do you think, Hannah?
I feel really pretty and glowy, actually.
And you don't mind that there's not a shed load of powder?
I really don't mind. The only person that makes me not mind is you.
Okay, that's good.
There is the trust,
We've converted her. We've converted her. So make sure you head over to Hannah's channel as well, guys. She has an awesome YouTube channel, and we did another film as well on Hannah's channel, which is kind of like a January rescue remedies beauty base. So good extra little tips and hints of things to help you repair yourself from the festive season. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you @ me in at Harry Makes Up if you're trying any of the looks out yourself. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you soon with more videos. Thanks very much, guys. Bye. Bye.